Welcome back. Today is Tuesday, June 4th, and we are why. This is episode 145 of NooBTooB, weekly independent podcast where we are covering E3 once again.
That's right.
Part dos.
Part deuce. We're dropping a deuce on E3. That's what's happening today.
That's right.
So this
dropping
time,
a knee.
Dropping a knee. If you know Japanese. So, so what we're doing now is we're covering both Sony's press conference, which was another 2 hours of delicious gaming.
Oh, there was some good shit there, and we're also covering
everything else.
Everything else. There's a lot of stuff that was in the EA Prezzo, the Ubisoft Prezzo, and a bunch of other random stuff.
Hell yes.
Man, this E3, I'm telling you, dude, it was ridiculous.
I know. I was so excited. Like every night this week, I was sitting up and like I'd be reading. There'd be people posting on YouTube and Twitter. People like, "Oh, did you see this? Did you see this?" I was like, "No." Go and look it up. I mean, it's just like there's all these videos. There's things that weren't in the big presentations. They were like slipping through the cracks.
Dude, you see the NooBTooB forum. So people like, there's actually a thread that Locke posted for every single Prezzo.
Nice.
And people are basically going and then listing every single game and their thoughts on it.
Nice.
And it's like super in depth, and I'm like, wow, this is like really good analysis.
That's very cool.
So go check it out on the forums if you.
It's like a mini NooBTooB.
That's right.
For each person.
Mini NT. But yeah, so we're going to be covering Sony this time, and Sony brought it. I was looking at Microsoft's, and I'm like, wow, this is going to be pretty hard to beat.
Yeah, Microsoft brought it. Like, there's no doubt that they basically dick slapped Nintendo. Like, theirs was way better than Nintendo.
Oh yeah, big time.
So they showed up. So Sony comes out. The thing that just absolutely cracked me up, right?
Yeah.
So Microsoft comes out and they're like, "Here's how we're doing all the casual gaming. We got Project Natal, whatever."
Yeah, I got this.
And
we got that.
Then Nintendo comes out and they're like, "Here's how we're doing the casual gaming," because like they're all like, "We've got all these hardcore games. Here's the casual games to make everybody else happy." Yeah. Sony comes out and they play like a 3-minute video that is all driving and fighting and violent, whatever. Seriously, I expect them to be like Sony, because casual gamers are faggots, you know? It's just seriously, they just came out, they're just like, fuck you.
Yeah, it's like you're fucking hardcore if you like Sony, and then
that is seriously what they're going for.
And not only that, they first started out with probably the best game of the show. Easily.
Yeah, they did.
Well, they ended with a really good game too.
They ended with a good game, but I mean, Uncharted 2.
Holy shit.
I've never seen anything like this. I have never in my life seen anything like this.
Have you ever seen people applaud a background?
How hilarious was that? So what's the story on that?
So the story. So you had what is it? So you had Drake and some chick who were going around and they were going through an abandoned building, and then Drake all of a sudden goes to a corner and just kind of pans over, and you see a hillside, a sunset,
the whole town, smoke coming up,
and it's like pretty much. I think it's rendered. I don't think it's a background painting.
I think it's fully rendered. It is like photorealistic, this beautiful thing, and seriously, the audience, which is a bunch of jaded journalists. Yeah. They just spontaneously broke into applause, like, I cannot believe how gorgeous this is.
And I was on my couch, I was like, yeah.
At home, I was weeping gently. I was hugging a pillow.
You're like, oh, your Drake pillow.
My full-size body pillow that has holes punched in it. So Uncharted 2.
Uncharted 2. So it is.
I have no words. They show all of the exploration. I mean, it's so cool. All these things where like you're in buildings as the buildings are falling over. It's
a moving platformer.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like you take everything that was amazing about Uncharted. Like, actually, did they show that much combat? I don't remember.
They showed something. Yeah. I mean, like, basically what's happening is you're running through these buildings. This helicopter is fucking you up.
Yes,
and
that's right.
As you're running, you're trying to run and gun and kind of kill these dudes that are messing with you. A lot of really, really nice stuff with grenades. They were showing this great cover system where the girl you were with was tossing grenades, and you'd see it go out, and you'd get behind a table.
Did you see the cool thing, too, is like not only that, you see either Drake or the enemy sometimes kick a table and go behind it.
Yes.
Genius.
We saw that in some of the gameplay trailers before, where the entire environment now is part of the game. It's like you see a couch, you see a chair, you kick it up, get behind it, shoot some dudes. I mean, it's everything is cover, everything works. You can just kind of run up the sides of buildings, you can shimmy across stuff.
It's the ultimate Tobin game.
It is. I mean, this game, if somebody reached into my brain, they're like, yeah, we know that you really liked Uncharted. I'm like, yeah, it's the best game ever. And it's just like, oh, yeah, we've improved it in every way possible.
Pretty much.
All of the voice acting is stunning.
I think they actually improved on the voice acting. Because I was listening to Nathan talk, and I'm like, I'm being drawn in even more than the original Uncharted. I'm serious.
Just because. I mean, he kind of talks you through the environment. He's funny.
But what's the difference? I don't understand. Like, I was listening to it, and I'm like, wow, I'm into the game, and I hear all this other voiceovers everywhere else. And I'm like, eh.
I don't know.
What
I
is
don't know what the art
it acting
of
ability?
I mean, that's a big part of it. I mean, like I said, one of the big things I liked about the Dig when I played it, the voice acting still draws me in 15 years later.
Really?
But it's hard to do because people will spend, like, they'll take Gears of War, they'll spend $1 billion on this game, and then they'll get, like, people that are, their whole job is to write scripts, their whole job is to record audio. It's still dumb.
It sounds really stupid.
It's just stupid. So I mean, there's an art.
Uncharted is very natural.
Yeah.
And I think among all the graphics and all that, it's really the voice acting that is one of the huge things for me for that game.
It's like watching the first Indiana Jones. I mean that's what it's like. It's watching Han Solo. Yes. I mean it's Harrison Ford's essence when he wasn't bad. Before he got shite.
Yes, but what do you think about the 3-player co-op? 3-player, mind you, not 4.
I am looking forward to playing it with you.
Okay, good.
So we haven't tried it yet. So
no, the beta came out 2 days ago.
Right.
So you can play both multiplayer on 2 different maps.
Yeah.
And you can play 3-player co-op on 1 mission, I believe. So I've already done the multiplayer. We'll have a full review in a couple of weeks. And we'll also talk about the...
we have been totally hammered with E3 stuff, so we haven't even gotten to play this together, which is hard to believe.
I know. It's like we get home, it's just like, okay, how many hours of presentations do I have to watch?
Yeah.
Not have to, but get to watch.
Yeah.
So,
but seriously, like, you guys don't understand the research that goes into this. We've probably watched 8 hours of video this week just to kind of get ready for this, which is not a bad thing because it's good video to watch. But seriously, I'm like, I want to play some video games, but fuck, I got 3 hours to watch tonight. So
it wasn't all good. See, you didn't watch fucking Ubisoft.
No, I didn't.
Oh, it was so painful. But we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
So Uncharted 2. Amazing.
I might get it at launch. We'll see.
Maybe. We'll see.
So
would you get Uncharted Oh shit! If Uncharted ever came to PSP, would you get a PSP?
I don't know. I'm not going to answer that question. Yes, I will. I probably totally would.
I would specifically not let you borrow mine.
That'd be so mean. I was like, can I just borrow you?
Sorry, dude.
You're just gonna like you're gonna like open your door at night and like I'm gonna put a bag over your head and take your PSP.
That's hilarious.
Because now it's like I don't know. Now I'm just like I can't buy it.
Well, actually, let's talk about the PSP so that while we're there. It's just like the PSP Go, $249. What the fuck?
That seems a little overpriced.
A little bit? How much is a Wii?
Less than that. It's 200, right?
It's $249.
Oh, is it $249?
How much is an Xbox Arcade?
$199. You priced your PSP more than an Xbox 360, shitheads.
What?
Are you out of your fucking mind?
$199 I could have been, right?
Yeah, exactly. You're just like, that's kind of dickish, but okay.
I'll do it.
It should be $150.
Well, no, even the original PSP is like $169, I thought.
Right, but I'm saying it should be $150.
Yeah,
like that's what I think that this is worth.
Yeah, but it's like they made it smaller, and it's more... Well, yeah.
Because, I mean, what is it, like $129 now for the DS? $129, $119? Around there.
Yeah,
It's less than $150. So, I mean, $250 is bullshit.
Yeah.
However, that being said...
It's pretty cool.
This is cool as shit! Like, so it's tiny.
It's much
very light,
like
very thin. Yeah. And it flips out.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
I like that a lot.
But they still kept the fucking analog. I mean, I understand they can't get rid of it.
Right.
But they kept the analog nub, and it looks even more crampy to use.
It's recessed now.
You're like,
she's like,
can you imagine? It's like the classic controller where you're like hitting the dual analog and they're touching, and I'm like,
it's made for little tiny children hands.
Or Japanese hands.
You got Japanese hands. You got big monkey Japanese hands.
I had a lot of meat growing up in the States.
Apparently, so, that's Big Mac hands.
So $249. And what the dude? Europeans are getting screwed.
I'm gonna say right now, I'm sorry, Europeans, that Sony thinks you're a bunch of bitches because they're just like, hey, guess what? United States $249, Japan basically $249. It's like 26,000 euros, 26,000 yen. They're like, and 249 euros. And you're like, oh, that sounds fair. 249. Wait a minute, that's $350.
Is it that much?
Yes.
The exchange rate?
Yeah.
And not only that, most European countries, especially like the UK, they have VAT.
Yeah.
Which is, what is that, 15%?
15%.
Something like that?
So you just add another like $50. So they're basically saying it's $250 for everybody else.
Yeah.
For Europe, it's $400 because fuck you.
Wow. Why?
That's mean.
Yeah.
Europeans, like, and the funny thing is, you'll always hear these guys talking like, yeah, this game has great adoption in the US and Japan. We're working on the European markets. Like, how about you charge them the same price as everyone else? Why are you so dickish?
It must be because the Atlantic Ocean is so far away.
It's so huge.
You know, I mean, you gotta, or maybe they, do the land route from China.
That's probably what it is.
So maybe they have to go through Mongolia. There's, raiders you have to worry about.
Yeah.
Or an express is slow. I mean,
it's tough. I mean, like camels end up eating some of them on the way over there.
I know. You're lucky if you get PSPs by this point. So
I'm sorry, and I'm sure that they dick Australians just as much. Like those are the two people we always hear it from. Australians are like, "Ow, there's a Sony cock in my butthole."
Pretty much.
And British are like, "How do you like it? They just finished up with me. I'm crying in the shower." So sorry,
yes, sorry.
Sucks to be you.
But it does look really cool. I will not upgrade until it's probably $199.
That's what I'm thinking.
Because I have one.
I'm thinking I'm thinking I might finally dive in and get a PSP
Seriously?
once this drops to $199.
But you won't, because the other one's $169. You won't get the old one?
No, I don't want the old one.
Really?
I'm kind of down with this.
Because it's a bigger screen.
Yeah.
They actually shrunk the screen, but
we'll see. I mean, the thing is always my problem with this is I like to borrow it from you.
Yeah.
But then it's not worth buying for me because nothing is that awesome. Literally the best game I ever played on it was Crisis Core.
Really?
Yeah. I never got into God of War that much. Like the controls finally started to bother me.
No, the Ratchet
wouldn't do it. I mean, it's just I don't like the form factor. I can't.
I think I know a game we'll be talking about pretty soon that might do it.
It's possible.
And you know they're going to do Uncharted on PSP at some point.
You think?
Come on! Seriously? They're going to have a Killzone on PSP. They already got Metal Gear Solid coming.
Yeah.
So you know they are going to.
I would just rather they just do another one on the PS3. You don't have to always.
They want money.
I know.
They like to make money. So that's the PSP Go. Before we go more PSP stuff, there's MAG.
Yes.
Wow.
Massively
action game. Massive action game.
Yeah. So the big deal with this was that they announced this last year.
Yeah.
They said we're gonna have a game with 256 players.
And I'm like,
Same
whoa.
time.
The biggest games I've ever played is 64 players, I think.
And I think that they've got some approaching 100 to 200 in WoW now, where they do these battle arenas, but I'm not entirely sure.
That doesn't really, because I mean, this is a FPS.
This is different. So this is very different. Like this, the speed.
Sorry, third person. But yeah.
But yeah, the speed is very important. It has to be super reactive.
But I think it's possible, right? I mean,
it's definitely possible looking at these videos.
But I mean, there's like other things. Like remember PlanetSide a long time ago? That was that FPS MMO.
Yes.
Like, it's doable. You can have people, but the actual amount of what is it, interaction, you have, like, people that are squad commanders, you have this, you have all this, everybody doing these different objectives. It's kind of, it's almost too much.
It kind of is. I mean, that's the thing is, like, you actually get to this thing where you have to do coordination between squad leaders, the squad leaders calling in airstrikes. I mean, you imagine you get squads of, what was it, squads of 8, and each squad has a leader. Each squad can call in airstrikes.
Yeah.
And you've got, like, 16 squads. It's kind of redonkulous.
It's a little much, and you know what actually kind of weirds me out about this is like, look, at some point, the game's going to be so big where you're going to have people doing boring shit.
Yeah.
Do you know
like a helicopter pilot. So that they're like, yeah, these helicopters are piloted by real people. And you're like, okay, so when people take an area, some dude comes in and hovers a helicopter.
Do they wait there?
And then that's where you respawn. I'm sure that they're going to do things like give you a gun. You can kind of target down.
That's no fun.
It's not.
I mean, seriously, because like, look, the same problem happened in PlanetSide, right?
Yeah.
Where you'd go, there'd be like hotspots.
Yeah.
So you'd go, and they tell you where the hotspots are where you can walk, but like walking took forever. So you'd kind of get there, and then like that's where all the action was because everybody wants to be where other people are.
Yeah.
And if you're Joe Schmo guarding a point, how much fun is that going to be?
Not at all.
So
which is like real life, right? I mean, like real life is not that fun.
Real life army is boring as fuck.
Terrible. It's sweating your balls off in a tent in the desert, hoping that you don't get called to go fight people.
Yeah.
It's like we don't want to approximate what life is actually like, in warfare. So
I'm hoping I think they'll do a good job because this is the guys that did SOCOM, so they know how to make action games. They're not going to make a game that's not fun, but that kind of scares me about it.
It's true. Sorry, I'm just looking real quick. Our audio is looking a little funky. I'm getting a little nervous about it, but
okay.
Because I mean it's getting a little chunky, but. I think we're gonna roll with it. I think it's gonna be good.
We got camera audio.
We got camera audio. If the audio got real shitty during the show, that's why, because our things are looking a little.
Yeah, that MacBook Pro is getting a little.
It's a little sad. So Mag.
I mean, I'll play it. I would like to see if they can actually fulfill the promise.
Yes.
Because if they do, it will be awesome.
The demo is very cool.
Yes.
I got to say the demo is very cool. So the new games they released, they just talked about a bunch of games on the PSP that we should go over pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker.
That's hilarious what Kojima did. This is the real one that we were talking about last week.
So he shows up and he's just like, I don't know if you guys saw that press conference at Microsoft, but this is the real one. And then they played this video where there's 4 snakes.
Yeah.
There's like 4 solid snakes attacking.
Or big bosses. I think they were cloned big bosses or something like that.
But they all look like Snake. I mean,
yeah.
what I don't know the mythology
we don't really
behind
care
it.
Either.
But there's 4 of them fighting what appears to be an alien monster, and then they were kind of making these noises about like it came from elsewhere and
yeah.
blah, blah, blah.
There's a government without a country without a government, and 2 snakes under a love box.
Mind. That's what it is.
See that?
Yeah, that was actually really funny.
That's actually funny.
Kojima's a little crazy. Like he's kind of.
He's like one of the few guys I know that can get paid a lot of money for being crazy as batshit.
It's true. They're gonna have like Snake riding a chocobo and shit.
Sold.
That's right. We don't know much about it. They didn't show. It's just going to be a Metal Gear on the PSP. It's probably going to be really pretty, and probably everyone that really likes Metal Gear is going to love it.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, it's not going to be one. They said it wasn't going to be one of those, like, kind of like these side projects that they're doing. You know, the Metal Gear Acid, the card game or whatever.
No, he's like, I am 100% on this project.
Yeah, so he seems like he's making this out to be Metal Gear Solid 5.
Yeah,
essentially.
Yeah,
right.
Which is weird, right? I mean, he's kind of focusing on the PSP instead of the PS3. Which,
yeah, but he'll say look, the next game is the game, so everybody will obviously buy it. So
he's funny, man. He's a whore.
I know.
He is such a whore. Like he's just like he'll just do anything for this shit. But I mean, he's coming out with a. Do we have the Castlevania?
Yeah, we have it later actually.
Okay, we'll talk about that later. So
yes, Castlevania, and not only that, there's also Metal Gear Solid Arcade coming out. In the arcade, so they're going to make a Metal Gear Solid like arcade game, apparently. And they're even talking it might actually come out to the US.
Gun?
I don't know. So
it's going to be in the arcade.
No, well, it's going to be the multiplayer. It's like Metal Gear Online.
Oh, okay.
So they're taking Metal Gear Online and putting it into arcades, basically.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
and then there was a Gran Turismo PSP.
This was a huge deal if you like racing games. Not like I kind of I like fun racing games. He likes racing games with guns.
Guns.
Yes. This one has neither, but it has NASCAR.
Oh, awesome!
Did you see that?
Yeah.
And Rally.
Yeah.
Which, okay, whatever. But you know the thing that actually intrigued me about this was the 800 cars.
Yeah.
And they're saying that it's going to be very difficult to get all 800 cars yourself. But you're going to be able to go in ad hoc mode and then see each other's garages. And I didn't actually get all the details, but somehow they've turned Gran Turismo into Pokemon.
I was going to say, are they going to release Gran Turismo Platinum and Gran Turismo Green and Gran Turismo Red? And you're just like, hold up your PSP.
Wait.
Oh, sweet, I got the Civic.
Let me evolve the Civic into
hold on.
into a Lexus.
Yeah, I'm okay. Hey. I know that if you like racing games, this is really cool, and I like the fact that there's this sharing element. I don't care because it's a racing game.
Yeah, it's too bad.
But those of you that really like Gran Turismo, you should be very excited about this collecting aspect. But the fact that it's Pokemon is weird.
It's weird because like you don't think of a racing game where one you collect.
Gotta get them all.
Yeah,
gotta catch them all.
Just like woo!
I got the DeLorean,
the Camry.
Yeah.
We'll see.
But Jak and Daxter, which they showed about a quarter of 1 second of gameplay.
Yeah,
and they didn't even say the words. They're just like, here's some shit coming out on the PSP, and they played all this gameplay, and I was just like, motherfucker, that was Jak and Daxter. You said nothing about it. I'm excited. I love Jak and Daxter. I like the first two.
Well, yeah, you love most games with like a main character and a smaller sub-character.
Sidekick.
Seriously, right?
It's just Ratchet and Clank. What else?
Banjo-Kazooie.
All right.
Shall I go on?
I didn't like the last Banjo-Kazooie. Wait, I liked...
You like Banjo-Kazooie and Tooie, yeah. Basically, any of those classics, because that was the model, right?
It was a good model.
It was a good model.
Yeah.
For you.
So I'm going to totally play this when I borrow your PSP.
Not going to happen.
Give me your PSP!
We're going to force, all right? We're going to force Tobin to get a PSP
Somebody email me a PSP.
You're going to get it when it launches.
We'll see.
All right.
We'll see. Next up, Rockstar now can write their own checks.
Isn't it awesome?
Yeah.
So they're gonna like I'm gonna be Rockstar, okay?
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna be Sony.
All right, I'll be Sony.
Okay, so hey, I got this game, and
we'll take it.
No. But wait, like we need a lot of money because like like
here it is. What do you want?
Wait, do you know what it's called?
What's it called?
Fuck, Agent.
We'll take it.
Seriously.
That's seriously what it seems like.
Like.
What's it about? We don't care.
I
think seriously, they went to them. They're like, hey, guess what, Sony? We got a game.
Yeah.
What's it called? Sony's a bitch. That's what it's called. They're like, all right, we'll give you $100 million, but you got to change the name.
We're not sure if we like that, but
they showed a screenshot of the word agent
with a gun.
With a gun.
You know it's a gun.
And they're like, here's the new Rockstar game. Moving on.
But they did say Rockstar exclusive on Sony. So who knows?
Fucked up.
It could be a PSN game for all we know. We have no idea.
Like seriously, that's what happens. Rockstar's just like, whoever comes to us with another pile of money, we'll make a game. We'll figure it out. But in their defense, they haven't fucked up yet.
Yeah, they made some pretty so-so games. I mean, seriously. Warriors was kind of sucky.
Okay, Warriors was kind of sucky. I'm just saying, like, Bully was really good.
Yeah, what else did they make? God, there was that.
Ping Pong was pretty good.
State of Emergency? Was that them?
Was that them? That wasn't them, was it?
It might have been.
All right, so the point is
they have some misses.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Lately, they've been doing a lot better. They did the on the DS.
What'd they do on the DS? Rockstar. Oh, Grand Theft Auto Chinatown.
Right, Grand Theft Auto on the DS.
That was good.
They've done a bunch of stuff lately that's pretty good. I trust them. We'll obviously play it, but it's just hilarious that Sony is such a fucking whore. They're just like, whatever you want, we'll take it. We'll take it. We are stretched in all holes. So
the analogies just keep rolling with this.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
It's always sexual.
Yes, but yeah, this next game, I was shocked.
Yeah?
Shocked that I'm excited for this game.
I am too. I'm shocked that I'm excited.
Assassin's Creed 2.
Yeah. So we have a sordid history with Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, a huge history.
That we think it's shit.
It was. It absolutely was a repetitive, boring-ass game. The first hour, pretty fun. Pretty cool.
Very interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like, I was sucked in. And then the next...
you're out in this world where you're putting on a helmet and you're like diving into the past.
And the first time I do every single of those, the different jobs, like, wow, this is cool.
Fucking awesome.
But
the 100th time you follow somebody down a street and wait for him to walk into an alley and kill him, you're like, this game blows.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
It was really bad.
So this new one, what is the key word?
Diversity.
And this doesn't mean that they're going to hire people of different colored skin.
Who knows? They might have. Dude, you know what I heard? They hired 400 people to work on this game.
Shut up.
No. I shit you not.
I mean, I guess it makes sense. They sold 11 billion copies of the first one.
8 million copies of the first one.
$60.
By $60.
Yeah.
$480 million. So you what? Maybe they personally got half of that?
Yeah.
How many employees is that?
It's a lot.
So the thing is, I bet you the art is going to be crazy because half of those guys are artists for the most part. And then I'm hoping they have 100 game designers to come up with more than 4 assassination
types. But we know
types.
they did because they showed about 5 or 10 minutes of gameplay that was phenomenal. It was really good. There was all these brilliant different ways to kill people, jumping off tall shit, cracking their fucking nose back into their brain.
Oh, yeah, doing the double.
Yeah.
It's just like, I felt when I saw the original Assassin's Creed, I'm like, this game's going to fucking rock.
Yep.
Don't fuck me on this,
Please
Ubisoft.
don't disappoint us again. We will only play Assassin's Creed 2, 3, and 4 before we won't give you any more chances.
Shame us 4 times.
Yes.
Then shame on.
That's it, though.
Us.
But
it kind of looks really good.
It kind of looks really good.
It kind of looks really good.
I want that on the box. NooBTooB says it kind of looks really good.
I'm really ashamed that I'm excited about this game.
I'm way more excited than I should be, considering the turd of the first game. NooBTooB.
Yes, that's going to be awesome.
Okay, so Assassin's Creed 2 obviously looks awesome.
We can ask the guys, make box art for Assassin's Creed 2.
Yeah.
With those
can we get a review copy after we shat on your first game? Please.
That would be awesome.
So Final Fantasy 13, no surprise.
Yeah, it looks good. Yeah.
So yeah, Final Fantasy 14.
Wait, what?
What?
Wait, no, you said Final Fantasy 13.
So Final Fantasy 14, right?
Wait, 13 is coming out next year.
14 is coming out next year.
What?
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, I know. It's an MMO, though.
They dropped it on us. They dropped a bomb.
Yeah, so they had Final Fantasy 11, which was online. It was like totally... I think it's like, did you ever play 11?
I did, actually.
How do you like it?
I enjoyed it.
Really?
I enjoyed it for a little while. I had some friends that liked it.
I thought it was a little grindy.
It was.
Okay.
But I mean, like, it was one of those things where it's like I liked it for a month. I stopped
playing. Okay, cool. So it didn't, like, grab you. It didn't really...
No, exactly. It didn't grab me, but I love being in the Final Fantasy world. There's like these little quests with chocobos, with all the little magic users.
Is that the one with the 36-hour boss battle?
Yes, that was the one where they couldn't. They still never beat him. They submitted the video where like they got him down like half health after 36 hours, and they're like, maybe we should make that boss a little easier.
But they were saying that Final Fantasy 14 will be more casual, so I'm assuming that they're not going to put
Final
in 36
party. Yeah, so I mean, they're going to be running Final Fantasy 11 and 14 in parallel as MMOs.
But it makes sense because, like I was telling you before, like EverQuest is still running.
Yeah.
Asheron's Call 1 is still running.
How's Asheron's Call 2 doing?
Yeah, it's gone.
It's
gone, which is weird.
Yeah, that's kind of
But yeah, so like, they're going to be doing this, like, it's going to be PC and PS3.
Yeah.
So it's going to be an exclusive console PS3 can you use a keyboard with that game? Because it seems like with MMOs, you really don't want to do a control.
You always use a keyboard for an MMO. I mean, like, I've never seen an MMO successfully take off on a console.
Have you ever played EverQuest Adventures, Online Adventures?
No.
Oh, God. That was one of the first MMOs.
Was it on console?
It was on PS2.
Oh, was it shite?
Oh, my God.
Was it just as bad as I think it would be?
It was really bad. So hopefully this is going to be like that.
So, Final Fantasy 14, we don't know anything about it. They didn't show any gameplay. Moving on.
We're not going to play an MMO, probably.
We'll totally do, like, the 14-day demo probably when it comes out. And we'll let you guys know then in 2010. So, next up, everybody's got to have a waggle.
Waggle.
Everybody's got to have a waggle.
It's the year of the waggle.
Yeah.
Seriously. Is that like a Chinese...
Time Magazine should have that. Like, this is the year of the waggle. By the way, did you see in the Microsoft press conference where they're like, hey, yeah, we've got this Natal thing. You're not going to be, like, sitting on your couch fucking waggling.
With pre-controlled waggle controls.
Yeah, they're not going to do some stupid pre-controlled waggle, and the audience is like,
burn!
Yeah.
That was a good burn.
It was a pretty good burn. So anyway.
So a Sony motion controller, it's these controllers that you can actually have in your hands with buttons, and it's got these white globes on top that glow different colors.
Marimbas.
Like, yeah, basically. But we were looking at some of the tech demos, and the controls, like, super exact.
More accurate than anything I've ever seen. Seriously, makes the Wiimote, like, it looks about 10 times more accurate than the Wiimote.
But the Wiimote with Motion Plus is actually kind of accurate, but this looks even more accurate. Yeah,
I was stunned. I was stunned. Because the thing is, they combine it with the camera.
Yeah.
The eyesight.
The PlayStation Eye. Because there's the iToy, and then I think this one's called the Eye.
But what they can do is they can detect where this is in your hand. They can play you back video of yourself highlighting stuff in your hand. Like, they just paint it over. They just... They
turn into a whip, a racket, and basically then that racket turns into something where you can actually hit virtual items. It's
huge.
Huge. So to me, it's like this is one of those things where it's almost like in between Nintendo and Microsoft. Right. To me, Microsoft seems way like future-y, right? Like, we're not going to see awesome games for that until 2 or 3 years from now.
Yeah.
Nintendo, you're going to see games now, but they're not going to be that awesome.
Right.
That's why I have a feeling Sony's is going to be the perfect medium for this.
It's going to be hit or miss. It's going to be one of these things where you get the great game developers and some of the stuff, because basically they treat it like a sandbox. They're like, we've got this cool stuff.
Here you go.
Game developers are really excited. Here's a couple tech demos.
Yeah.
And you can just see game developers like drooling. They're just like, oh my god, the shit I can do with that. Because the demos they gave were awesome.
I know, but they were like, and the thing is, like, they didn't even look that good because they hacked them up in like a couple of months or something like that.
But the
behavior was really good. The physics were awesome. So, I'm excited. They're saying spring 2010.
Yeah.
For this. So
yeah. The thing that I thought was really cool was they showed that you could do handwriting. This guy could do...
it was so exact.
Yes. So that kind of accuracy means that we could finally have an RTS on a console that works.
Because they were showing, they actually had the tanks, and he was circling them and then pushing them. And like,
RTS on console, it's possible now.
Yeah, because the thing is, we tried on the controls, and it sucks. It's really bad. So, motion controller, thumbs up. It's going to be pretty awesome. I hope it isn't going to be too expensive, because I'm not going to pay more. I don't think I'll pay more than $100.
I wouldn't pay more than $60.
For a camera and the controllers?
Oh, for the camera too. Okay, $100.
$100.
So the next up, ModNation Racers. The thing that we have to mention about this.
What?
Level editor.
Level editor is... that's the biggest thing about it.
I've never seen anything like it.
The closest thing is Little Big Planet.
Yeah.
They took the Little Big Planet model of Play, Share, Create, whatever, and made it even better.
Yeah, it's Little Big Cart.
Yeah, Little Big Cart. But like, I think anybody, like, seriously, you can give your mom this, and she will be able to make a bitchin' track.
Easy, because where you drive is where the track is, and then you can just go around, grow mountains, grow trees, throw in water, change the sun, throw in buildings, and it's all just beautiful, and it feels alive. It doesn't feel like this thing where you're stamping out shit. You're like, I'd like to grow stuff here, and it's like, whoop, here we go.
And not only that, you can then share it with your friends. They can also make modifications to it. It's just like, I want to start seeing these open source tracks, and things like,
you and I both know that we're not going to spend a lot of time editing, because we just never do that, but...
we will play any NooBTooB-based levels.
That's right. So the second that this game comes out, we're going to have these big NooBTooB events where we all share these levels. We're going to get these NooBTubers. We'll have giveaway contests where people that design the best level.
Carts. Yeah.
We're going to give shit away, because that's what we do now. We make deals with game developers. We get free games. We give them to you guys. We're going to have free copies of the new Monkey Island.
Yeah. We're working on that right now. So
we're working on all this stuff. So this is going to be another thing. So I mean, we're very excited for this ModNation Racers.
Absolutely.
Looks very good.
Last Guardian.
Last Guardian.
From the Ico guys. Yes. Ico Team Ico. So the Ico has an amazing pedigree, right? They did Ico. They did, which one? Shadow of Colossus.
Yes.
So, awesome games.
So far, batting 100, batting 1,000. I almost know something
batting
about 100,
sports. I tried. Batting 100, yes.
I tried.
Batting 100, they're like,
they
what?
totally made a touchdown.
They made a... I'm going to go there.
So anyway, so they've got a new game finally, Game 3.
Game 3 is called Last Guard. It's supposed to be the final in the trilogy. I didn't realize.
How is that a trilogy?
I don't know.
That's dumb.
But you're a little boy, and you have this cat dragon.
Yeah.
Bird.
Kragan.
Cat dragon bird.
The drat. It's a drat.
And it's really cute. It's
yes.
like it really looks like it's incredibly lifelike.
Yeah.
And it looked like they actually showed gameplay in the trailer, which I was impressed with.
They showed
a little bit.
Like 1 second of gameplay, and then back in the movie.
It was platformy.
It does. It looks platformy. It looks like a lot of exploring and climbing and using your animal to get to different spots. And I think what they've always really gotten in all of their games is a sense of emptiness and of distance that really is what I look for in a game. It's just this, you are alone, and you're just kind of exploring this kind of windswept world, and it's all up to you to figure out. And
it seems to me like they almost took some of the elements from Ico and like the sharing aspect with the girl, and then the whatchamacallit, the Shadow of the Colossus with the sense of scale. They're like, let's just put them together, right? And then make this beautiful game.
Yeah.
So
they got jelly in my peanut butter.
Did they?
Yeah,
the goobers.
So we're excited. We don't know that much about it. Like the last half of Sony's Prezo was all 2010. It's like Final Fantasy 13 2010, Final Fantasy 14, motion controller, ModNation Racers, God of War.
What is coming out this?
Nothing.
No, seriously. Is there anything?
The first half. Like we're going to get Uncharted. We're
Agent is definitely not coming out.
Agent's not. They haven't even started writing code. Uncharted. That's
Uncharted is coming out. So we can get
basically Sony's kind of like, they've got all this cool shit coming, and a lot of it's 2010, sadly. And the last one is God of War 3.
Oh, God of War 3. My God.
And they showed gameplay.
Like 7 minutes of gameplay.
That is people that are not afraid to let people know what their product is like. They're like, our product is the shit.
Yes.
You will line up on day one, and we can show you an hour of gameplay, and you're still going to line up.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping they'll give a demo. I don't even remember if they gave a demo for any of the other stuff.
I don't know if they did or not.
So I think it'll look really good. It's really gory.
Yeah. Super gory. You're like ripping off a dude's horn and stabbing it into his brain.
One of the things I'm a little worried about now, I'm saying, it's just like, it looks a lot like 2.
It does. I mean, it seriously looks like a prettier 2.
Did they do anything different?
So a lot of the monster interactions new. So I mean, they did some really neat things, some very clever things. Where there's puzzly bits where you stab a flying monster and use it to fly between things. I mean, I think that what's going to happen is it's seriously just going to feel like 2 again. Yeah. But I'm okay with that because they're going to add enough new innovation.
Kind of like from 2 to 1.
Yeah,
they added enough stuff. Okay,
I'm comfortable.
That's
with
my main worry because there's other games that are not like the Dantes Inferno, which we'll talk about later. It's just like it looks like they might be one-upping.
Yeah.
So. Don't get me wrong, God of War looks like they're going to bring it.
Yeah.
But
God of Castlevania
is
coming out as well.
Oh my God. So we'll see, but yeah, it's God of War 3 buy on launch.
Buy on launch. There's no question. There's no question that this is going to be like the shit.
Yeah, and if you don't have a PS3 yet,
that'll probably make you buy one.
That or Uncharted will make you buy the game.
I think Uncharted looks better, but God of War 3 looks awesome too.
Yes.
So that's it for Sony. So next is Other. This is everybody else, and there was a lot of everybody else.
There's a lot of everybody else. Some good stuff. So let's start out with the first one. Xbox Live Arcade. Secret of Monkey Island.
Secret of Monkey Island HD remake with full voiceover.
Wow.
Who would have thought? This is like one of those dream things. It's one of those things where like,
wouldn't it be so cool? Pitch me, Tobin. I don't understand. This is like, oh, Jesus Christ! Oh, it was just a dream.
I know. Because this is one of those things where we talk about, like, wouldn't it be cool if they remade Full Throttle? Wouldn't it be cool if they remade Monkey Island?
Here you go.
They did.
And when this sells a few 100,000 copies, Grim Fandango, Day of the Tentacle, Sam and Max. And we're gonna buy all of them.
We'll buy
the
all
Dig.
of them. The Dig.
Oh, if they redo the Dig, I'll play it because there'll be achievements.
Yeah.
Achievements.
So anyway, Secret of Monkey Island, there's a bunch of full gameplay videos that are out there where you get to hear the interactions. It looks really good because what they did is they made it HD, but it still looks like the old graphics.
Do you know if it's still scummy, though? Is there actually like walk to, or do you know if they actually changed the UI?
They did kind of like a floaty 8-pointed UI, but it's still scummy. It's still scummy.
It's scummy, but it's like a radial menu.
Yeah, because you still have to be able to choose, like, look at, pick up,
Well, I heard they might have changed. They said they changed a few small things with the gameplay to make it more accessible, which I'm cool with for the most part.
Because, I mean, that's old school. That's
and it's a funny game.
Yeah.
So
it's damn funny. Like, the insult battles in Monkey Island are the shit.
Oh, I know. I can't wait to play that. So
I have absolutely no reservations about buying this the second it launches. Secret Monkey Island, if you guys never played it growing up, you get to play it now, and it's awesome.
And if you love adventure games, buy it so they will release all of the other ones and maybe make good ones. That's what I'm hoping, right?
Absolutely. Brutal Legend, Tim Schafer.
It is the most metal game I have ever seen in my entire life.
What is the measurement of metal?
The measurement I think decibels, dude. Decibels. It is
I thought it was groupies.
Negative 140 decibels of metal. Or 12 groupies, as you were.
Brutal Legend looks so fun.
What kind of game is it, though?
It's interesting. I mean, like,
is it an action adventure kind of like Psychonauts, or
kind of
more action,
but way more battle-y, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
way
like,
more battle.
They've thrown in a lot of battle. I mean, Psychonauts you fight occasionally, but this looks like a lot more battle focused
and not as platformy.
Yeah,
which I thought. But for the most part, the thing that's going to really draw me to this is all of the dialogue that they've shown so far is hilarious.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
really
they got like rockers, they got Ozzy Osbourne, they got some other people.
They got Lemmy, they got Lita Ford.
Yes. So did you hear the news today, by the way, about Activision suing them?
Yeah.
Fuck you!
$15 million.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
So they ditched this game. They combined with who? They got
well, it was Blizzard. It was they've got Sierra, I believe. Vivendi. Yeah.
There was some combo going on. They basically just dumped Brutal Legend like a bad
games.
date.
They like Ghostbusters, Brutal Legend, a bunch of games are like, no, we don't need you.
We don't need you
at all.
So then they get picked up by EA, and then all of a sudden they're like, hey, by the way, we're going to go ahead and sue you because we want you back.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
For $15 million.
Yeah.
Because
did you hear EA's analogy?
No.
EA was asked for comment, and like this is a spokesman for EA, and they're like,
shit.
Yeah, it's kind of like a husband dumping his family and then getting mad when she hooks up with a better-looking guy. Yeah. That's a burn.
Dude, did you read the thing on Joystick?
No.
So apparently there was some Activision guy, right? And they were they overheard something. There was an Activision rep, and some guy came up to him. They were talking like, "Hey, how's it going?" He's like, "Hey, did you see the show?" And the other guy was like, "Yeah, dude. Like, Brutal Legend was awesome." Oh wait, that's EA's. Ooh, burn. Dude, you don't dude, if you have Tim Schafer on your roster,
you don't let him.
You don't drop him.
You don't drop him.
Seriously.
No.
So anyhow,
Activision can eat a dick.
Yes, Brutal Legend is going to be awesome, and hopefully people buy it.
Yeah, please buy it. Please. Let Tim Schafer keep working for a living. I don't want to see him working it in and out.
No, put his kids through school, please.
Even though I hear they have good benefits.
They do.
And they have Bible quotes on their cups.
I know. John 3:16 on the fries, actually.
Yeah. So, Dante's Inferno.
Yeah, so this is done by Visceral, right?
Dark.
Yeah, Visceral, who also did Dead Space.
Yeah.
It's, way dark.
Yeah.
Like, do you know anything about Dante's Inferno?
I mean, I've read the books back in school.
What's it about?
So the story is, it was actually, there was Inferno, and then there was the, so he actually...
There was Paradise Lost, right?
That's right. Well, no, he wrote books about heaven,
that's right,
purgatory, and hell.
Yep.
But Dante's Inferno got the most interest because he basically, it was a political analogy for the time where he walked through the different 7 levels of hell, mentioning people that were very obviously politicians at that time.
And I think which one's modeled after a different sin, right?
That's
There's
right.
Gluttony, lust.
All those things. So, but it's been a story that's carried on through time very well. It's very fun to think about. It's not that fun to read, honestly.
No,
but
well, you had to read it for school. I mean, I'm sure that
maybe
was
it's good now. But this looks awesome. So basically, you go and you kind of fight your way through hell.
Yep.
And it, doesn't at all resemble Dante's Inferno in the sense that he was like being escorted by an angel, and now you're like, "Fuck you!" Just like whipping shit and killing this satanic woman that's holding your loved one hostage. And,
there's
they kind of.
I'm sure EA looked at the story. They're like 9 levels of hell. Like, 9 missions.
That's right.
Perfect.
They're like
9 bosses
based on the Inferno. It's just like they're like, you don't read, assholes. You'll never know.
Who knows? But the thing is, this is like a total copy of God of War.
Yes.
I mean, down to the globes that you pick up, everything. So at least the gameplay will be good.
Yeah, I mean, we know we like God of War. It's very, very, from all the videos, it's just kind of battling your way through these people that are in these tortured levels of hell. It looks very interesting.
I think they spent a lot of money on this, too. This is one of their big budget games. So.
Yeah, we'll totally check it out when it comes out. So there was this. There's
this guy, right?
At the last convention, there was this guy that asked a question. He was like,
"That's kind of a dick move, too." I mean, he's just trying to give a thing, but
yeah, this guy was just trying to give a talk, and somebody's like, "Excuse me, when's it going to be in English, please? English."
Hello?
You are such a racist.
I'm so bad.
Sorry. Terrible. So anyway, Professor Layton 2 is coming out this year in August, motherfucker.
August 24th, bitch.
What, son?
That's less than 2.5 months.
That's right.
Oh, no.
What?
That's like a week before PAX.
Oh,
you've got a week to... well, you can play it on the plane.
I remember Professor Layton. I beat it in 3 days.
Okay, so you'll finish it before PAX.
Yeah, I'll finish it before PAX.
And not only that, they're going to do the same thing with the first one, where every week for 33 weeks you get puzzles every week. Downloadable.
I know.
Which is awesome.
Which is weird because I never really did that. I beat the first one. I was very excited, and I didn't really do the downloadable puzzles. I don't know why. I'm stupid. I should have.
I think if you go right now and turn it on, you can get all of them.
Yeah, I can do that as a preloading.
Yeah.
So
hilarious.
The cool thing is when I asked that question at GDC before, it wasn't GDC. It was GDC. And he said, also, we're going to try and do the sequels every 6 months after that. So theoretically speaking, we should, after 6 months after August, get the third one.
So February, March-ish?
Which is already out in Japan as well.
And they're actually going to come out the fourth one in November, I hear. And they have 2 cell phone games, too.
Wow.
I mean, I'm serious. Like, this is huge. And, like, the thing is, has anybody talked about this during this stuff that we talked about?
Nobody ever talks about it. We're the only ones that just keep ranting and raving about Professor Layton being the shit. Yes. And all of you guys that try it agree with us. So,
and the thing is, this one actually looks a little darker.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and my brother-in-law, he's in Japan.
Oh, Riri.
Riri. So Professor Layton, you're gonna kill me. Professor Layton and the Diabolical Boss, my brother-in-law, who's in Japan, he can speak and read Japanese. He's played all 3 now, and he says they get better.
Fuck
Everyone gets better.
That's awesome.
So
I cannot even explain how excited I am for that to happen. So, StarCraft 2, given a release date of 2009.
2009. I think Korea has just exploded.
Cue the sound of Korea just like, ah! It's like the Bellagio fountains.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be going to Proud to be American, though.
No, probably not. So, StarCraft 2, you guys have seen what we've seen, which is very little.
I'm kind of excited to give it a try again. I think it'll be fun for about a few weeks.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the moment you get online, you're just going to get ass raped by anybody playing.
Be like, can I go online and pull down a pull down? Then like, what race would you like to fight against? You're just like,
not Koreans.
Yeah, white, fat.
Well, the cool thing is, like, I'm sure a lot of NooBToobers will be into this, so we can play with NooBToobers. Where
that'll be fun.
I mean,
we'll be a little bit more equitable in terms of skills.
And I really hope Blizzard puts in handicaps.
Oh, that'd be nice.
So basically, if you're Korean, then you can basically like lower your collection rate or something like that.
One guy at the beginning as opposed to 5. Yeah,
and they'll still win.
They'll totally beat us. So StarCraft 2, whatever, we know it's going to be big, and we'll definitely review it when it comes out. We still know nothing new about it. They didn't tell us anything.
And they also said 2009, unless we don't actually unless we're not happy with the quality.
Perfectionists.
Yes.
So Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Yeah, the MMO, dude. Didn't do you see the video?
It was better than the last 3 Star Wars movies.
Yes.
I shit you not, it was that good. Like, if you guys haven't seen it, I'll probably try and play a clip of it right now while we're talking, but if I don't, go and download this right now and watch it, because it is awesome!
But no gameplay.
It makes me love Star Wars again.
Yeah.
Like, ships crashing into buildings, these awesome saber fights, like, cool fighting, whatever. But yeah, no gameplay.
No gameplay.
So we don't know anything.
But it's an MMO, so there'll be auction houses. You can play a bounty hunter.
Yeah.
You can try to become a cleric.
I bet there'll be a healer. Yeah.
Yeah. So it'll be an MMO. I'm kind of not really that excited. We'll try the trial.
We will try the trial. Honestly, I could give a shit about the MMO. Make more of these trailer videos. Like, whoever made the video for this MMO, that's not MMO graphics. That's like a third party making these videos. Sell that shit like movies, because I will watch that because you're better than Lucas.
Did the Clone Wars, was that any good? I didn't see that.
I don't know. It didn't look that good.
Yeah. It's too bad.
So
another MMO.
Yeah.
APB. So this is the guys that made Crackdown.
Yeah.
Apparently, like, Microsoft took too long. They were going to say, like, hey, like, make Crackdown 2. Like, nope, what? And they're already working on APB.
Yeah.
So,
I trust them. They made Crackdown, so we really don't know much about this either, do we?
It's an MMO. There's going to be cops versus robbers.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of missions, a lot of maps. It's going to be a lot of car driving stuff. Very missions. It's going to be very actiony. I hope it's not like Auto Assault, because that sucked.
Oh my god, Auto Assault was the worst. That was the worst.
So
it's the guys that made Crackdown. So, I mean, I pretty much trust they're going to do something good. We don't really know, yet again, a lot of these things are kind of future, so we don't know that much about it.
Yeah.
So, this is hilarious. Why didn't we mention this Kingdom Hearts thing?
Because they actually announced more stuff outside of the...
So, Kingdom Hearts 358 divided by 2, worst name ever for a game.
Yep.
Why isn't it Kingdom Hearts 3 on the PS3? Come on!
Do they actually not mention it? Because Birth by Sleep is PSP. 358 divided by 2.
They have no planned Kingdom Hearts 3.
You gotta be kidding me. Seriously?
Nope. They've never mentioned it. They've never said it's in development. They're not even talking about it in, like, the next year.
Man.
So this one, all they showed in the press conference, they're just like, all these pre-rendered videos is just like, I love you so much, like walking on beaches, whatever. Yeah. And then they cut to a screen that's cut into 16 pieces, and they showed like 5 seconds of video gameplay in all of them that's that big. And you're just like, what is that? Oh, it's over.
Yep, and there's like a little bit of slashing, a little bit of, it looks like kind of like a third-person brawler-ish type.
I mean, it looks kind of like Kingdom Hearts. I mean, Kingdom Hearts was very kind of fighty.
Yeah.
But we don't know anything about this, Nintendo. Come on.
It's also on the DS, so I'm a little worried, right? Yeah. It's just like I want a full Kingdom Hearts experience.
I do too. So. I seriously, Kingdom Hearts 3 on the PS3. Come on now. Yeah. We were ready.
You know they're making it too.
Yeah.
So what was the video that we saw? Remember that video? It was just like they didn't show any Disney characters at all, and it was just like two guys fighting on a mountaintop, and at the very end they showed Mickey.
I think that was a PSP game.
Really?
Yeah.
That was Birth by Sleep?
Because remember we were disappointed. Like we got out of the end of their thing where it's like, wait, we just saw a shitload of Kingdom Hearts games, and it was like cell phone DS and 2 PSP ones. We're like, wait,
you're right.
There seems to be a missing console here that has a lot of processing power. Yeah, it's
wow. Weird. That's unfortunate. So maybe they'll announce it next year. We'll see.
Maybe.
Boy and His Blob.
Boy and His Blob. We know this is going to be awesome. We've seen some gameplay.
Yeah, I think it'll be. It's kind of a platformer. You're using your jelly beans to turn your blob into various things. So it's going to be. It looks actually kind of cool because they're doing like kind of cel shady, actiony kind of stuff, which we know is the standard now.
And we loved the NES game. We loved the old NES game.
It was a good game.
So Boy and His Blob.
Boy and His Blob.
Hey, God of Castlevania.
God of Castlevania, Lord of
Shadows.
Kojima Productions presents.
So Kojima is making a Castlevania game that is basically a God of War clone.
Basically, yes.
What?
So my understanding is that, okay, like, you know the trend right now for Japanese developers?
Yeah.
They all want to work with Western developers because all the games they make appeal mostly to Japanese for the most part, and they want to expand their horizons, so they're working with that.
Right.
So Capcom has been doing a great job with it, right? They got the people with Lost Planet, a bunch of other people. Konami's like, oh, okay, we got to find somebody. Jericho! Remember that game? Let's get these guys.
Actually, if you say Jericho, remember that game, most people are like, no, I don't.
Or, yes, that demo sucked.
Yeah, that demo was terrible. I never bought the game. Why did you bring it up? Now I'm angry. I thought we were friends. That's exactly how the conversation goes.
Pretty much. So apparently, somehow, Kojima must have saw some element of quality.
It was a bag.
Was it?
And then it had a dollar sign.
No, a yen sign. It's perfect.
Kojima, don't you have enough money?
Really?
Yeah, really?
But they're getting this, and it's like, okay, it was apparently just Lord of the Shadows. Yeah. It was just a game that was like a God of War clone.
And they
Lord of Shadows.
tacked Castlevania on the front
Well,
of it?
I guess he even had a whip before they got involved. They're like,
It's almost as if you've got chains attached to your hand. It's just a whip.
Yeah.
Whatever. I mean, we'll check this out. If it looks good when it comes out, we'll try it because I mean, we like we've said, we like the God of War clones.
Yes.
We've never played one that's been better than God of War. Someday somebody's going to beat them. Someday they're going to come out.
My money's on Dante's. If anybody does it this year, God of War 3 is going to put a really good showing, but Dante's Inferno I think is going to get close.
It could be close. But we got to skip around a little bit here.
Yeah,
so
let's do Trine.
We know about Trine.
So Trine, but it's not on Xbox Live Arcade. Apparently, people thought it was going to be a PSN exclusive.
Oh.
So it's apparently all three now.
Okay, so now Trine. We've talked about Trine before.
It's a multiplayer platformer where you're like a magician.
Really magician, archer, and a
warrior, right?
Warrior of some sort, and it just looks beautiful.
It looks amazing.
But now we know that we're going to be able to get it on multiple platforms, PSN and Xbox.
All downloadable. Did you see Echo Chrono?
No, I didn't.
So Echo Chrono is the same guys as the Echo Chrome, so you're still using that little the mannequin guy, except it's 2D. And there's no time component.
That would actually make
well, sorry, there's no time component. There's no the movement of the changing of perspective.
So what are you doing?
They basically took World 4 of Braid and made a bunch of puzzles around it.
Whoa! So they're just
where you basically go there,
time back and forth.
But you're running the back and forth, but then you have another guy, and then you go another guy, then you go. So you're using other copies of you and other parts of time.
It's like cursor times 10 too.
That too, exactly, yeah. Oh. So it's like that, and I was looking at it, I'm like, oh, what a knockout! And then I started watching, I was like, oh,
this looks cool. Yeah, so you kind of figure out the way to run through a level 6 times with different copies of yourself to figure it out. Okay,
and I love that element. So I think it'll be good. It's on PSP.
I will borrow it.
One of these days, you're going to be forced to buy one. We'll make it happen.
No More Heroes 2. No More Heroes.
It'll be good. Awesome.
We love the first one, except the jobs.
Some of the jobs were funny.
They were hilarious. It's
the
just that
coconut carrying was...
that, yeah, so I mean, it just got a little old after a while, but I mean, like, that game is awesome.
So it was a great, 3 to 5 hours. I didn't finish it, but I had a great time. One thing I just don't want to mention, Dance Dance Revolution.
Yeah.
They finally changed it after 20,000 games.
Yeah?
8 buttons.
8
buttons? So now it's all the way around. You can actually use the diagonals now.
So this is on the PSP?
I think it's going to be all platforms.
Really?
So I don't know if you can use your same pads. If you bought a metal pad or anything like that, but basically it looks exactly like the pad, except you can get all the diagonals now.
Nice.
So I think there was another dancing game in the mix or something.
But that only had diagonals.
Oh, shit.
Because it's always only been 4. It's just that when they ripped off DDR, they turned it like this, and they're like, hey, we invented a whole dancing game by ourselves. We're brilliant.
Well, it's probably because Konami patented it, right? So they had all these images of this square. They're like,
it's just like when car developers are like, hey, our car's got a moonroof. Because sunroof is patented.
That's right.
So... How are we looking?
What?
Actually, the rest of these aren't that exciting.
Well, yeah, actually you're right. So, Katamari, Secret Milk Island.
So there's another Katamari. The last one, honestly, wasn't that good, which is too bad because I was super excited for it. But they've kind of drained the fun out of it. Like, they've just lost track.
They added stuff that wasn't fun. They went away from the core. So
they're stamping it out. Telltale is doing Secret of Monkey Island episodic.
I kind of hope it doesn't suck.
We're really, really hoping it's good. So far, it hasn't been very good.
So far.
Yeah. And then Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2.
So it's Ninja Gaiden 2,
yeah.
Sigma. Like, remember how they did Ninja Gaiden Sigma?
Right.
So I think they had 2 more characters or something.
I don't even know.
Whatever. Yeah, maybe it'll be good.
Yeah, this is at the bottom of our list. We'll check it out when it comes out. We're not super excited. We've already talked about the things that we're crazy excited for.
And if we miss anything, let us know.
Absolutely. Always tell us when something slips through the cracks. We tried our best to cover E3. We were up 24 hours a day for this whole week.
Yes, 2 full hours of NooBTooB on E3. I think is a record.
I think it is a record. But this year earned it.
Wow.
This year deserved it. We are so excited to be around, to be talking to you guys about these games in this year.
And when we say this year, we actually mean this fiscal year, you fuckers.
Yeah, come on.
You should. Hopefully, there's going to be some good games, but it's not going to be as crazy. And I'm actually kind of a little glad about that.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
That is my next request for the next E3. All I want is for somebody to come out and be like, everything we're showing this year.
They did that. Microsoft did that last year.
They did, and I loved it. I loved it. I mean, that is what we want. We want to say, we want things that are soon.
Dude, can you imagine how boring this E3 would have been if they didn't talk about anything that was next year?
That's true. You look at this list, and it's they'd leave off Final Fantasy, they'd leave off God of War, they'd leave off all these things. They're like,
I guess we got Wii
Fit
Fit
Plus. Year, Tony Hawk.
Yeah. It would have been a 15-minute NooBTooB episode. So, all right, that is our show for the week. Please check out our website at NooBTooB.com and click on the community tab by this has been a long way. Participate in our forums by clicking on the community tab.
So if you're watching this video, there's a community tab up there that Yuzo can't say because he's drunk, sore. So if you're watching this video on YouTube, there's a subscription button right over here. Also rate this video with a QuickTime event on my junk. Hold on, there's an X. 5 stars on my junk. That's all for this episode. I'm Tobin Kozaire.
And I'm Yuzo Watanabe. Audio engineering is done by Range Diversity Strunk. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next week.
We're out.
Yeah.
We're going strong. We're going strong. Dun, 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 dun.
Okay.
Coach stole my bike. Okay. Right?
Yes.
I think she's laughing at it.
I think she's laughing at it too, yeah.